Here at McCody Overhead Doors and Dock Systems, we provide service, sales, installation, and free local estimates for all of your overhead door and dock needs. From residential to commercial, we're there every step of the way.
This is the most baller thing I've ever seen.
So we kind of gave the artist, Jason Huser, some whiteboard ideas of what we wanted Teddy to be. Maybe he's, galloping across the plains surrounded by a herd of buffalo, or maybe he's on a motorcycle wearing an Evel Knievel
Fair driving.
Or maybe he's driving an El Camino or something. And Jason just kind of combined all those ideas. So Teddy's wearing an Evel Knievel suit in the back of an El Camino amongst a herd of stampeding buffalo driven by a grizzly bear.
This is quite possibly the greatest thing I've ever seen. Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of Stop the Presses. Frequently on Stop the Presses we abuse the word special, but today this is actually a special edition because we are in the brewery of the Meadowlark Brewery in Sydney, Montana, and I'm joined here by brewer Travis.
Yep, Travis Peterson.
Travis Peterson with Meadowlark Brewery, and we're going to talk about what they do here and especially what they have coming up for Valentine's weekend. They've developed their own Valentine's Day beer. And Travis, can you tell me a little bit about your Valentine's Day concoction?
Yeah, this is actually one of Tim's recipes, and it's a stout that we brew with chocolate malt, roasted barley, and then we add in 66 pounds of Belgian bittersweet chocolate. Wow. It comes in big bags. We dump that right into the kettle during the boil, and after fermentation, we recirc the beer with dark sweet cherry concentrate. So it's a chocolate cherry stout. So when you taste it, you get a lot of that bitterness from the chocolate, and then as kind of a backup, the cherry kind of comes through a little bit. So I think it's a pretty nice balance. You can definitely tell there's chocolate in it.
Oh yeah, it's got a nice zest.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a light beer or a low calorie beer.
No, I would not. How many calories do you think there are in this snifter here?
I wouldn't want to say.
Well, of course, as important with anything with a craft beer is seasonal. What is the name you guys came up with?
Oh, it's called Paramour.
Okay.
Which I think is kind of fitting for this month. Obviously, we'll have it past February. I would expect it to be around for about 3 or 4 months, probably.
Do you guys often do like kind of holiday themed beers?
Not necessarily holiday themed, but we do a lot of seasonals here. We have 4 beers that we make continuously all year round, but we have a couple series. This one is part of the Fruits and Field series, which the name implies we use either fruit or a field product. In this case, it's cherry. The next beer that we'll produce will be a mushroom beer. Mushroom beer using candy cat mushrooms, which when you cook them, they develop the same chemical compound as what's found in maple syrup. So it'll be another slightly dessert beer.
Okay. All right, so this is an amazing facility you guys have here. What should people know about this? How much work goes into just the upkeep and making this happen?
Well, as Tim, our head brewer, likes to say, brewing is about 85% janitorial work. So as you can see, we try to keep this thing as clean as possible to prevent any kind of infections of foreign yeast, foreign bacteria. We use specific yeast strains to develop different flavors for our beers, so we want to keep those strains isolated as much as we can. We have a 15-barrel system, which that means 15 barrels times 31 gallons per batch, 465 gallons. And as you can see behind us, we have 5 15-barrel fermenters, with the 2 larger tanks being 30-barrel fermenters, which we installed late last fall to help with our canning production. Okay. Because we can 2 of our beers, and we'll be canning a 3rd one.
Wow.
In a month. So
I mean, Sydney's not the biggest of towns. I mean, you guys have quite an impressive brewery here. Is it difficult to maintain this level of a brewery in a town kind of so small?
Well, we kind of upsized. We knew that we wanted to be more than just a brew pub. Sydney and the local area has provided a great platform for us to try out new beers. This is only the 2nd time we brewed it. We brew it once a year. But a lot of our beers that we've made are kind of foreign to this area. We do 4 Belgian style beers, which in fermenter number 1, that's our Draco, which is a Grand Cru. We used local honey in it. But we oversized because we knew we wanted to distribute. So currently we distribute across the entire state of Montana with a couple of distributors, and we're into western North Dakota as well.
Okay, so do you think the Mondak has established itself as a pretty good craft beer kind of palate?
I think a lot's changed in the last, say, 4 years. I would like to say that we've probably done some influencing on that, just because we've made people aware of what craft beer is, because they can get it locally now. That was kind of one of our missions, was to show people that beer doesn't have to be a light, yellow, fizzy concoction, that there can be many different types of flavors and profiles. And I think the grocery stores have started to reflect that a little bit. They have a lot more selection in there. But yeah, I think we're definitely seeing a rise in craft beer in this area. It's always a little slower in our neck of the woods for current trends, but I think it's definitely moving this way pretty strongly.
All right, well, fantastic. Well, obviously Valentine's Day weekend coming up. Valentine's date, I can't imagine a better place in Sydney, or maybe the whole Mondak, for a Valentine's date than the Meadowlark Brewing Company. So signing off, I am Williston Herald Managing Editor Matt Hickman, and you are?
Travis with Meadowlark Brewing. Thank you.
And you stay classy, Mondak.